If your left-hand thumb is hooking at all over the neck of your guitar, it is 100% hindering your guitar playing. But I'm going to show you what you can do to stop it, why you want to be doing it, exercises you can do so that you can push forward and level up your guitar playing. And no, this isn't style, this is just mechanics. So why is your thumb hooking over the neck of the guitar? Most people want to correct this in the hand by pushing the hand further around, but all this is going to do is push you a big angle into your wrist, making your wrist less comfortable. So you get the toss-up between, do I have a straight wrist that I supposedly am meant to have, but my thumb's hooking, or do I push my thumb to the back of the neck and have my wrist jutting forward? There's a third option that not many people think about. We almost never want to correct technique topically. What I mean by that is correcting your finger from your finger, correcting your thumb at the point of your thumb. We want to look at the source, the origin for what is creating this issue. In this case, it's the position of your guitar. So if I hold my hand, dead flat wrist, over there, thumbs hooked over the back, as I lift the guitar neck, the angle changes and my thumb has now rotated around the back of the guitar. You can't see it anymore. As I drop that again, you'll see my thumb starts to hook over the top, which is now what we don't want to be seeing in your left hand. So our goal is to keep both our wrists straight in a neutral position, to keep it healthy, not have issues with carpal tunnel or RSI, while having our thumb behind the neck. So why do we want the thumb behind the neck? What does this change in our technique? Your thumb hooking over the top of the neck, in of itself, having a thumb there isn't going to do anything bad. The issue is what your thumb does to your fingers, because the more your thumb hooks over the top of the neck, the more your fingers go flat. The more we can get your thumb behind your fingers, the more your fingers are going to go upright, making chords, whatever you're playing, far easier to play. Mechanically with your hand, your thumb, when you relax your hand and start to close it, will start to meet the tip of your fingers. This is essential to think about when you're placing your thumb, because when we're playing on string number 1, you'll see I keep my wrist straight, but I drag my whole hand away from the guitar, so my thumb is now behind string number 1, behind the finger where it's fretting. When I want to go down to the bass string, it's exactly the same hand position. I just slide my whole hand down, so now my finger's on string 6, and my thumb is touching the neck behind string 6, on the opposite side. To have your fingers upright in a place you can play nicely and have your thumb hooking over the top of the neck, your thumb will need to be about twice the length. So we have two solutions here. One, find out how to grow your thumb to twice the length, or lift up the guitar neck so that your thumb goes behind your fingers and your fingers are upright. Your thumb is going to have a job behind the neck, but it's not actually what most people think it is. So what does the thumb do behind the guitar neck? It isn't going to be applying pressure. This is the first thing that most people think. Your thumb is pushing against the back of the neck, which then squeezes down into your finger. We do not want to be doing this. The reason is, if you're constantly squeezing, you're squeezing on the side of your thumb, and this creates big issues in your thumb joints, especially if you're playing lots of bar chords. Also, the muscle to close your finger and thumb is this one in here, right in your hand. That is not going to be as strong as some of the muscles we can use instead. So, leads us on to the next question. What do we do instead of pressing with our thumb on the back of the neck? Whether you're holding your guitar like a classical guitarist with a footstool knee rest to have the neck high up on your left leg, or maybe crossing your legs to have a similar height of neck for our thumb to be at the back, but you're on your right leg, with either of these, what we want to be doing is using our elbow on this side to pull the guitar back, and the hand here pulling the neck back. So if you think of the guitar like a seesaw, your body is in the middle here, you've got your elbow pushing here, and you've got your hand pushing down over here. When you have that as the mechanics behind pressing down, you can play bar chords without your thumb even touching the back of the neck. So if the thumb isn't used for pressure against the neck, what do we use it for instead? Have you ever played with one of those toys when you're a kid where you set up a coat hanger on a little bit of a maze, you connect some wires together, and you try and get a hoop around the maze without touching the coat hanger? This is an extremely hard game because we have no point of contact. What we want with our thumb is the exact opposite of that game. If our thumb is touching the back of the neck, it connects your hand to the neck. Any movement in the guitar, from just breathing or slight movements in your body, this is going to be moving the guitar neck, and if you're not touching the neck, your hand's not going to be moving with the neck. This creates inaccuracies. This is why if you try and play without your thumb and without contact constantly on the neck, it becomes a lot harder. So all our thumb's doing on the back of the neck is touching so that now as the guitar moves, our hand moves with it, pushing up the accuracy. We keep that accuracy with our thumb, with that gentle contact, not pushing, and we have our weight of our elbow on this side, giving that pressure from both sides to push down the string. Now the muscles we're using are across our whole back, the same muscles you'll be using when you're rowing. It's a big muscle set. You will have ample strength with using 1/100th, 1,000th of the pressure you can put on. Remember, you only need about 200 to 300 grams to press down the string. I know that's not technically a measure of pressure, but if it was a weight, that's what you'd put on it. People have picked me up on that one being pedantic on it before, so before you put that in the comments, I know it's not a measure of pressure, but actually, you know what? Put it in the comments anyway, because I love any engagement. Whether it's positive, negative, throw it out. It helps this get out to more people. So now as a recap, to get your thumb not hooking over the neck, we know that that's a result, a symptom of having the guitar neck too low and your hand approaching from behind the neck, hooking your thumb. Now, instead, we solve it by lifting the guitar neck up. This makes our hand approach from the front of the neck. You can see the elbow dropping down underneath. The thumb has dropped behind the guitar neck, behind the string we're playing, and we're maintaining a straight wrist while doing that. We've also taken the pressure out of the thumb by touching the back of the neck and having the weight of our arm go against the fingers pressing down on this side. Think of it like a seesaw. Your body's the fulcrum point, so pressure on either side is going to equal each other out. And finally, we understand what the thumb's actually doing in not putting pressure, but instead increasing our accuracy by having a contact point that allows your hand to track the guitar as it moves, pushing up your accuracy because you have constant reference points of where the neck is in space. This is essential for when you're trying to play quickly, when you're trying to dart up and down the neck. But remember, if you put pressure in your thumb, it'll add friction, and that extra friction means you won't be able to move as easily. Whew, okay, lots of information in a fairly short video here, so you might want to re-watch some of these points, check what you're doing. I would recommend using a mirror so that you can see your hand, you can see where your elbow is, you can see where your thumb is. What you want to be looking out for in the mirror is no thumb over the top. You can see my elbow's invisible now. Instead, the guitar neck's up. You can see how much of my forearm's showing. My forearm's almost vertical with the thumb hidden. Have a go with this, see what it does with your playing. When you get used to it, it'll drastically push forward your guitar technique. At first, it'll feel unfamiliar, it'll feel a little bit different. Don't worry about that, push through. I absolutely guarantee it'll push forward your technique. Like we said right at the beginning, this isn't style, this is technique, this is just mechanics behind how guitar playing works. So, if you've got any value from this video, which I'm sure you have, comment, like, subscribe, engage with the channel. I'm growing this as a hub for guitarists so that they have everything that I didn't have when I was learning to play. And I'm putting tons of years of research and thousands of students that I've taught, the experience there, into this channel. So, like, engage, subscribe so more people can see it. Also, if you want to see another video on technique, specifically on your left hand elbow, moving slightly down the arm this time, check out this video here. This is another absolute game changer when it comes to shapes in your left hand. I'll see you there.